Vamahe Kavim Kavinam Upavashravastramam Jeshtarajam Brahmanan Brahmanaspada Anushrinnoti Visidasada Om Mahaganadipataye Namaha Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasme Sri Gurave Namaha. We were talking about Dharma. To maintain Dharma, to establish Dharma, Lord Narayana incarnates from time to time. Reference of Dharma, Lord himself. That's why we say Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha, a popular Sanskrit phrase from Manusmriti. It means Dharma protects the protector. Now we are seeing Gita is becoming universally accepted by many religions in the modern world. Dharma destroys one who is abandoning Dharma. Dharma also protects and upholds the person who protects Dharma. Dharma, therefore, should not be abandoned. Because if you abandon Dharma, you will be destroyed. Let us not abandon Dharma, as it can destroy us. According to Manusmriti, in chapter 8, verse 15, Dharma protects those who uphold, protect, or protect Dharma. In other words, live by the principles of Dharma, and you will be protected by Dharma. Dharma binds the relations also. If you are in front of your father or mother, your Dharma is Putra Dharma. If you are in front of your wife, your Pati Dharma. If you are, and vice versa, if you are in front of your husband, your Patni Dharma. You must follow Putra Dharma with the parents. If you are with your Dharma Patni, or in Hindu Dharma, we call wife as a Dharma Patni. I think I explained this to you in the previous session. I will Pativrata Nari, that means Dharma Patni is always with a kunkum in the Ajna Chakra, and second toe, silver ring is in the second toe, Mangalya in the neck, and wearing a sari and bangles in her both wrist, and they perform the morning Gauri Puja every day. And this is the routine of our Hindu Dharma Patni. Even we can see the ISKCON people in the modern world, in Western countries, they are following wearing sari and wearing kumkum and do perform Krishna Puja. Everybody respects this system, and the Pativrata Nari, Patni, the Dharma Patni, is not calling her husband in a singular way and respects him in a plural fashion with respect. They do not order husband and put a politely request with the husband. Any discussion? Yogi advised Dharma of humanity also extends to serve other people as much as we can and whenever is possible. This also attracts punya for helping others. And Yudhishthira requests the sage to explain the secret of Vedic Dharma that are not explicit to hidden like the root of a tree. For there could be none better than Narada, who is exceptionally devoted to Lord Narayana, to expound the subtleties of substance of Dharma. Then Narada begins to explain the essence of Dharma that he had imbibed from the very source and fountainhead of Dharma. The Lord says in Gita, I am the knowledge that is to be gained from the study of all Vedas. I am the creator of Vedanta and also the knower of the Vedas. He is also beyond the universe and he is the essence of Vedanta. So what Narada teaches is the direct and authentic version of the theory and practice of Dharma as taught by Lord Narayana himself. Dharma includes the universal laws of nature and that sustain the universe and its functions, with the practices and duties that take care of the individual and the society. It is central to human life and means not only religious ideas and worship of gods, but moral conduct and righteous behavior and truthfulness, duty, etc. in the society when we are living. There is nothing higher than Dharma, for it is the path by which man strives for release of samsara. Dharma of humanity is explained in the following 10 principles which are inherent qualities, and we have to practice them as that is the path of Dharma. Dhriti, the patience; Kshama, forgiveness; Dhamma, self-control; Asteya, non-stealing; Shaucha, cleanliness; Indriya Nigraha, control over organs; benevolent intellect, Dana, are donations; Vidya, spiritual knowledge; Satyam, benevolent truthfulness; Akrodha, non-anger. Krodha is anger, Akrodha is non-anger. There is Dharma called Putrika Dharma, and I explained that in the last time, I think. Um, there are several incidents in Ramayana. Sri Rama maintains his Dharma. To start with Lord Dharma, Lord Rama promised his teacher Vasishtha that he is going to follow Dharma in his entire life. That is his Guru Dakshana. His teacher Vasishtha was very pleased on that Guru Purnima day when Lord Rama promises. Dharma of the body, Dana, charity; Paritrana, succor of the distressed; and Paricharana. Adharma, from words one speaks or writes; Mithya, falsehood; Paurusha, caustic talk; Shaucha, calmic, and Asambadha, absurd talking. They are all Adharma. Dharma, for words one speaks or writes; Satya, truth, facts; Hitavachana, talking good intention; Priyavachana, kindly talk to children; Swadhyaya, self-study. Whereas adharma of mind is paradroha, paradravya abhiksha, and nastikatva. And morals, immorals, religiosity is not controlled, is adharma. Dharma of mind is daya, compassion, aspra, disinterestedness, and shraddha. Shraddha, faith in others. There are many incidents in Mahabharata. We can learn how dharma and karma govern our lives. Dharma is what is the right thing to do at a given time and a given situation. Dharma is based on wisdom, insight, and human values. Dharma has many meanings and many dimensions as well. Duty, truth, non-violence. That is called ahimsa, paramo dharma, and others. Dharma also tells us dharmo rakshiti rakshitaha. If one does not follow dharma, he must reap the consequences. In 1951, the committee was formed with all the professors in Tirupati to collect all moral sayings in our Hindu Shastra, Itihasa, and Puranas in Sri Venkateshwara University. That's called Oriental Institute of Tirupati. It is published named Dharma Sangraha, explaining what is right dharma and what is wrong adharma, under the authority of Sri C. Anna Rao, VA, Executive Officer of TT Devasthanams, on behalf of the Board of Trustees. Lord Krishna, when he came back to Dwaraka from Hastinapura, dharma he wants to implement. So that Dharma Sangraha, I have not read that, and I have not seen the textbook of Dharma Sangraha written in Tirupati Tirumala. Dharma Shastra literature, according to Manu Samskriti, is divided into Dharma Sutras, which are part of Vedic Kalpa Sutra, Apastamba Sutra, Hiranyaka Sutra, Bodhayana Sutra is part of Dharma Sutras, which are called Vedic Kalpa Sutra, which are not part of Kalpa Sutra, Vedic Kalpa Sutra, are Gautama, Vasishtha, and Vishnu. Parts of the epics of Puranas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, different Puranas gives a lot of things on Dharma, like they all gives which is right, which is wrong. Papa Punya explained very nicely in Garuda Purana and Padma Purana. The most important difference between the least the older Dharma Sutras and Smritis or belonging to Vedic Kalpa Sutra are close association with the Graha Sutra. Dharma for the present era. The average person in the modern world continues to link morality with religion, and this makes the Mahabharata's rational deliberations on dharma seem modern and even revolutionary. He draws attention to the fact that Mahabharata discusses every event and act. Searching attitude of Mahabharata, he writes that even Krishna, after explaining the mysteries of life and the knowledge of the holy, asks Arjuna to consider his message carefully and to act as he will. Man has to do according to his uh, free will on many occasions, which are to make sure that we are not hurting unnecessarily other people. The author tells us about an episode which throws much light on the present apathy. Guru Charana Das is an authority or author of one of the book on commentary on Mahabharata. He tells us about an episode which throws much light on the present apathy, if not hostility to our heritage in the ruling establishment. When he was asked to speak to the students of one of the best schools in Delhi, he proposed to talk on Dharma. The school principal felt that would create a controversy as it would be about religion. He told her that Mahabharata is a literary epic on Dharma, is about right and wrong. There was no religion in it. And the author says if the Italian children can proudly read the Dante's Divine Comedy in school, or English children can read Milton, whose why secularist Indian should be ambivalent about Mahabharata. Why indeed? If the state does not teach its children what is right and what is wrong, what sort of society we can expect in India? The school has to teach what is right, what is wrong. It will be a society full of greed, envy, and scams, which we see all around in the modern world. All the living beings are classified in two varieties. One is moving, another is not moving. So what we say, sthavaramalu, sthavara born until they die. Plants, wherever they born, they die in the same place. The other beings is jangamas. Jangamas are moving walks, and they could be three types. Among the jangamas, there are three types. One is devatagana, always happy. Devatas are always happy and they enjoy sukha. They are nitya, young, ever young. They are only 30 years old all the time. Devas also do not have a chance to increase any punya further. After punya effect finishes, they will be sent back to the earth or mrittiloka again. They have no chance to do any more punya karma, and they can only enjoy the fruit of the good work what they have done, and the effect is to come back to the earth as a human being when the benefit of their punya is finished. Kshine punyam martilokam vishanti. Kshine punyam martilokam vishanti. Even devas also come back to as a human being to recollect their debts of karma. They cannot do any yajna to earn more punya in Devaloka or wipe any sins in their stage. Shankara Bhagavatpada has got a chance to think in Jnana Marga. Atma Vicharana can be done. After completing the Punya benefits, they will come back to earth to reborn again as a human being. Human beings, that is one Devagana. Now Manavagana. Human being able to walk erect, they have got both happiness and sorrow experiences. Sukham and Dukkham may come one after the other sometimes. They can do Papa and Punya at, with their own will and choice because they have given a reasoning capacity. They have karmadikara in their life. The manavas, human being, can conduct karma adhikara. That means you can do yajna, yaga, you can do prayer, meditation, you can do special pujas for special occasions also to clear our sins, devotional activities. Martiloka means the body who is born in the earth leaves the body in the earth when they die, only when he dies. All the living beings at one time subjected to death, and there is no escape from it. The body left here in the earth and the life or jiva goes away and look for another body to come back. They have got a very good chance to earn more punya and to attain moksha in the life of a human life. They are also able to do all bad things and more sinful actions in their life if they become bad people and become animals in their next life. Man can bring the elephant dentine or teeth to make murti, idols, and keep worship in their prayer room. They can ride the horse and ride elephants. They can control other animals. They can milk the cows and drink cow's milk, make peacocks to dance, and enjoy the pleasure of seeing from dancing. One can fly in the plane high above the sky and travel from place to place. Manava Janma is very auspicious. They can kill the deer and use the deer skin for prayers in the hole. A sheep can be ripped and create the nice woolen coat for themselves. So there is a slight problem here. The dead deer skin is used for prayers, not for the sake of doing prayers. You can't kill the skin, kill the deer and get the skin out. Only the dead deer skin and dead animal, tiger skin, are used for prayers. Human has got a capacity to make other useful animals to serve them and make use them for this benefit. If one says only human can attain devata or animal stage, depending on the work or karma, what he's doing in the present life. If he does do bad karma, and then he may end up as an animal life. If someone does not do any bad things and sinful actions, there is a chance that he can born as a human being again. Human has a choice of rebirth as a human or animal, or he can become a devata, depending upon his karmas. Animals, the third living being is the animal. Devagana, Manavagana, and now animals. Always dukkha, facing troubles. Animals have very less happiness. They are also called Tiruyakkulam. The spine is horizontal to the earth. Always they are afraid of becoming as a food for another animal. When he or she is looking for some food, another animal came and killed them. No karmadikara for the animals. They have no meditation ability to meditation. They have no ability to do bhajan. They can't sing Rama and Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. No capacity for animals to do any rituals works. They do not do any yajna. They can't do any yajna. And they cannot do any punya karya. There is no chance for it to do any punyas. This will live and survive with their limits. Jantuna Narajanma Durbalam. So Narajanma Durbalam. So to get a human life, it is not easy. You have to continue to do good karmas. For all the good works, you will have rewards. And all the bad works you do will suffer for these bad works in our life. All the time, our work, whatever we do, is the cause of the next birth of our life. The human being can control their future. They can, uh, for all the good work what we do, we get punya in the human life. In the in Bhagavata, they give a very nice explanation of the human body. God has given this body as a human life to join one Paramatma known as Mahavishnu or Vaikuntaloka. We have got to enjoy Sukha and Dukkha, two mixed benefits in our life. To rotate in three gunas, Sattvika, Rajasika, and Tamasika. We are rotating in three gunas. To undergo like Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha, like four Purusharthas. So there are four Purushartha. Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, and Gandha. Five Tanmatras. To enjoy eyes, ears, nostrils, tongue, skin, and mixed six organs. Skin, blood, muscles, to bone, Shuklameda, seven dhatus. Two legs, two hands, head, heart, stomach, that is Udara, pelvis. These are the eight organs united in the body. Two eyes, two ears, two nostrils, mouth, Maladwara, and Mutradwara are Namadwaras of the human body. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana, Naga, Kurma, Devadatta, Kirkala, Dhananjaya. There are 10 Vayus. Panchavayus and Panchaupavayus. This prana is divided into 10 main functions. The five pranas, prana, apana, udana, vyana, and samana. The five upa pranas are naga, kurma, devadatta, krikala, dhananjaya. In this, the apana vayu is the one which goes downwards. You pass the wind, that is apana vayu. The apana vayu has got a bodily function of excreting the urine, excreting the stool, and also excreting the menstrual fluid of the ladies. This Apanavayu directs towards the southern direction, towards the south. It goes downwards. Now, what actually happening? There is an energy in the temples. When they do Prana Pratishthapana, the idol is given a very full energy. This energy is a very, very strong energy in some temples, very, very strong and powerful. If the ladies went to those temples, they have problem of period and they get severe period pain, backache, heavy periods. This sort of thing happens. And in the scientific analysis of what we have understood, there is a apana vayu goes against from the uterus upwards in the ladies in certain temples if they go. And if it happens to the ladies, the endometrial cells will go upwards towards the body, human body, and the ladies will get endometriosis. The uterine cells will be transferred to outside the uterus. This happens with the people who estrogen in the food coming in the animal source, meat products. The estrogen coming in the animal products also will do this sort of encouraging. People have lost uterus and they lost the ability to have children because of the endometriosis in so many cases. And all this, we can see the people who are doing apanavayu directs upwards when you go to temple, and this creates the problem. That's why those temples are advise the ladies not to come to the temple if they are in the reproductive age group. And this is one of them. Ayyappa Swami temple is another one of them, and this is very important. And there are so many other 3-4 temples like that. Very strong, powerful temple which changes the direction of apana vayu. Because I mentioned the vayus, I told this incident. The Sanskrit word vayu translates as wind, and the root va translates to that which flows. Thus, vayu is an energetic force that moves in a specific direction to control the bodily functions and activities. The ancient yogis found 49 types of distinct types of vayus in the body. Vayu Sanskrit pronunciation is Sanskrit Vayu is a primary Hindu deity. Sometimes Vayu is a air god, goddess of god of air, father of Hanuman and Bhima, the Vayuputra we call it. That's Vayu in our so area of body function is in Pranavayu, it is in the chest. It governs intake of inspiration and expiration of air, propulsion and forward momentum. Apanavayu is the pelvis, governs elimination, downwards and outward movement of urine, stools, and menstrual fluid. Samana Vayu is a navel. It's in the navel area, governs assimilation and discriminant and inner absorption and consolidation. Udana Vayu is in the throat, governs growth, speech, expression, ascension, upward movement. Vyana, the whole body, governs the circulation of all the levels of expansiveness and pervasiveness. Vyana Vayu is like a vagus nerve. Whole body pervades all over. There, though their exploration of the body and breath, the ancient yogis discovered that prana, life force energy, could be further subdivided into energetic components they called vayu, winds, the five vayus, what I explained. We were explaining about the difference between a man and animal. Swarapitika is extra advantage for the human body so that they can talk and do bhajans and chant mantras and do all good things. Animals cannot chant bhajan and cannot chant Rama Hare Rama. Bhagavata gave you the ability to speak. Bhagavanta, that is Lord Krishna or Lord Narayana, gave you the ability to speak and talk. And also, that's a karmadikara to the man given. And intelligence is given. That's the reasoning capacity, buddhi. The body is called Jadagranthi. Chaitanya is making the body live. When the person dies, he carries his sins and papa and punya with the soul. Next life, he gets food easily to become eligible if you have fed a lot of people during this life. Because of the previous life, papa and punya, if one person hurts someone causing leg injury in his previous life, similar to the pain what he has caused the suffering to other people, the man may get his pain in his present life, pain in the knee joints or pain in the legs due to the previous karma. If one feeding lots of saints and rishis and lots of good people in this life gets an apple from somebody, brings an apple to you when punya of previous life is little bit decreases. If you receive something from somebody, your punya decreases. If you give something to other people, your punya increases. If one does papa karma, he will suffer due to the sin and suffer later life. Karma leads to onto punarjanma. So according to God is not going to make you to become animal. Your own karma, papa karma, will make you to born as an animal or insect. You must born again to start enjoying the punya of previous life or to clear the sins of the previous life. He is to born again. Similarly, that's why the punarjanma has to take place. Similarly, the sins will bring their pain and sorrowfulness. Man or woman do not know what is happening in the next moment. Chitragupta, hiding in our body and mind, is a Kala Rupam. He is going to decide how long this life is going to live in this body. Lord Krishna says he is Kala and time Kala in Bhagavad Gita. Lub dub is carrying on every moment under the control of Kala. Do as much as good for the people. Every aspect of any action to decide who is doing sin and who is not doing sin, we need to watch and make sure. If someone chasing the person running behind, if a man is carrying a knife and running behind you, and you will start running to escape. If you run, get out of the problem. If the man whose the knife fell down and the knife slipped out of his hand, and then if you by chance, if you take the knife in the hand, and he will start running. So karma to do certain aspect of work also depends upon. So we have no intention to hurt other people. The man who runs with the knife behind, the big knife, he has got an intention to hurt you, to cheat your money or belongings. So what your defense, you are only defending. When you got a knife in your hand, you are only trying to defend. So you are not in sin by running behind him to threaten him to run away. Sorry for the disturbance of the medium. If the thief is carrying the knife and hurting somebody, it's a sin. If the purpose of carrying the knife will decide whether it's sin or not. If a policeman has got a gun in the hand to threaten the bad people, he's not sinning. If someone has got bad thinking on his mind, God knows it. So the intention of carrying the weapon to kill others and hurt others is a sin. But if you protect the good people from the bad people, like a policeman watching, then you are not doing any sin. Papa Punya accumulates depending on the work or karma of all the people, what we do in the present life. And the results of the karma will provide the reactions depending on their work. Some actions accumulate punya and some karma accumulate sins. Punrajanma is depending on the work, what we are doing in this life. Imagine you helped a poor man to get his cataract operated, and he can continue his profession as a tailor, and he can continue his work to earn his livelihood. That is a good karma. You help somebody to get. On the other hand, if suppose there is a thief who is doing pickpocketing work and he became a cataract patient and he doesn't have any money to get the operation done, and if you help him, that is not good punya, because you are encouraging the bad work of this thief to continue and hurt so many people. So, but by virtue of going helping the man to get cataract operation to continue his profession as a thief and stealing the things belongs to others is a sin. It is not good. So that's called, whatever you donating satpatra, you have to do satpatra dana. That is important. We will continue next time. नमोस्तु अनंताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षर सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाष्टये सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः आकाशात् परिगम्यतागत सागरं सर्वदेव नमस्कारः श्रीकेशं परिगत्यो नमः सर्ववेदेश पुण्यं सर्वतीर्थेषु यत्फलं तत्फलं पुण्यप्ति वासनात् वासुदेवस्य वासन्ते जगत्रयं सर्वभूतनिवासोऽसि वासुदेवमुष्टे कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि नारायणायेति समर्पयामि नारायणायेति समर्पयामि हरि ओम तत्सत्।